Crowd psychology.
The dissolution of the self.
You believe you are in control of your own actions. You think your values, your morals, and your taste are all your individual choices. But science tells a very different story. The moment you find yourself surrounded by a certain number of people, your individuality simply vanishes.
When a person becomes part of a crowd, their brain undergoes physical and chemical changes. A crowd isn't just a lot of people together. From a biological and sociological standpoint, it is an entirely new, unified superstructure. It possesses its own nervous system, its own logic, and its own rules of engagement. And within this colossal organism, you are nothing more than a single, obedient cell.
De-individuation.
The cloak of invisibility.
In the late 19th century, sociologist Gustav Le Bon discovered a paradox. In a crowd, the intelligence of individuals does not add up. It degrades to the lowest common denominator. The most polite, educated individual transforms into a primitive, aggressive barbarian within the mass. This phenomenon is called de-individuation.
Psychologist Philip Zimbardo proved this experimentally. When he concealed his subjects' faces with masks and granted them anonymity, they administered electric shocks to completely innocent people twice as severely and for twice as long. They saw a completely helpless human being suffering right in front of them, yet the mask gave them permission to completely absolve themselves of all responsibility. Anonymity strips away a human's moral brakes. It unleashes those primitive, animalistic instincts that culture and civilization have suppressed for centuries. Responsibility is fractured into a million pieces. When everyone is guilty, no one is, which means...
Neurobiology explains this simply. During state of mass arousal, your brain's prefrontal cortex, the center of logic and self-control, shuts down. The amygdala takes the wheel. Evolutionarily speaking, you revert millions of years back, right into choreomania.
Psychological viruses.
The history of mass psychogenic illness and psychological viruses is remarkably rich. These are cases where, without any physical virus, poison or toxin, solely due to psychological stress, fear, and social mimicry, hundreds of people develop real, severe physiological symptoms.
In 1518 in Strasbourg, a woman began dancing in the street. Within days, hundreds joined her. They danced for days and weeks on end, to the point of utter exhaustion, until their hearts burst.
Similarly, in 1962, an epidemic of laughter erupted in Tanzania, engulfing thousands of people and causing schools to shut down for months.
In 1965, at a girls' school in Blackburn, England, several students fainted. Over the next few hours, more than 85 students were rushed to the hospital, suffering from severe dizziness, nausea, trembling, and hyperventilation. Yet toxicology reports revealed no trace of poison or gas. This was a textbook example of social contagion.
In 1997, in Japan during the premiere of the 38th episode of the animated show Pokémon, rapid light flashes on screen sent 685 children to the hospital. Studies showed that only a small fraction suffered from true photosensitive epileptic seizures. For the vast majority, the symptoms were triggered by mass panic and a psychogenic reaction spread via television coverage.
In 2016, US Embassy staff in Cuba reported strange, high-frequency noises, followed by severe neurological impairment. Despite theories of a secret acoustic weapon, scientific research revealed that most symptoms were induced by mass psychogenic fear and the nocebo effect, where real physiological pain and suffering are caused not by a weapon, but by the constant anticipation and fear of an attack.
The mirror neurons in our brain, designed for empathy, create an ideal biological echo chamber inside a crowd. Emotions spread through a mass faster than a virus. If everyone around you is panicking, your brain physically cannot remain calm.
This is the extreme form of mass psychogenic illness, mass hysteria. It is proof that a crowd is capable of destroying itself without any logical reason.
The avalanche effect.
The mathematics of revolt.
In the behavior of a crowd, morality does not exist. There is only a strict mathematical algorithm. Sociologist Mark Granovetter created the threshold model. Each of us has a psychological threshold for how far we will go.
Imagine 100 people. The first has a threshold of 0. They are a radical and throw the first stone. The second needs to see just one action, and they throw theirs. The third sees 2 and follows suit. If the chain is unbroken, all 100 people, including the most peaceful citizens, will start rioting and destroying property within minutes. They do it simply because the mathematical avalanche crested over their threshold.
For an anonymous mob, the ultimate threat is a camera. Because a camera is a lens that rips away the cloak of invisibility and forces the mass to look at its own face. That is precisely why the media becomes its very first victim.
But if the mass is so primitive, who is controlling it?
Engineering of desire.
The puppet theatre. The most dangerous weapons in human history are not tanks. It is the engineering of desire. Sigmund Freud's nephew, Edward Bernays, realized that masses are governed not by rationalism, but by their hidden, unconscious complexes and fears. In 1929, he turned smoking for American women into a symbol of freedom and feminism, permanently changing the tobacco industry.
Bernays' works later became Joseph Goebbels' main handbook during the formation of the Third Reich. Bernays proved that violence is unnecessary to control the masses. It is enough to create the illusion that the ideology or product you are feeding them is their own personal, free choice. My choice. The alchemy of totalitarianism
And mass illusion.
Totalitarian regimes never create new instincts. They simply take these biological laws of crowd psychology and assemble them into a weapon designed to destroy individuality. The main goal of propaganda is not to convince you, but to completely paralyze your critical thinking.
The system utilizes de-individuation. It dresses you in identical uniforms, forces you to synchronously chant the same slogan, and provides you with a common enemy. When the individual I vanishes and the collective we is born, a person becomes ready to commit any act of cruelty, because the totalitarian mob completely absolves them of responsibility.
This is where the mathematical avalanche effect kicks in as well. The regime constructs a false reality where it seems that absolutely everyone is of one mind. When all 100 dominoes around you fall in the same direction, your internal barrier breaks. You join the wave not because you believe in it, but because the existential fear of standing alone forces you to dance in this mass political hysteria.
Civilization is merely a fragile, thin layer stretched over our animal nature. And that layer melts in seconds the moment you become part of the crowd.
Next time you follow a mass trend on social media, speak in unison with propaganda, or join a campaign of mass hatred, ask yourself, is this truly your voice? Or just the echo of that giant organism that swallowed your mind long ago?